Hey there, it's McCare. It is time to wake up the strawberry bed. Several months ago, you helped me put this strawberry bed to bed, and now it's time to wake it up. But here's the approach we're going to take on this strawberry bed. We're going to take 3 steps. Assess, address, redress. Assessment. I'm going to start by going down the bed and seeing what's going on in here and what needs to be fixed, changed, whatever. Alrighty? So let me get that done. And the first thing I will tell you that I do know, I'll show you real quick. If I can do this without falling over. This can be a deficiency, and I've already forgotten which one. I will put text up here for you. But it's also just from the cold. So if you have these at this point in the year when your strawberries are just coming back, go ahead and just pluck them and don't worry about it unless you happen to know that there is another problem causing your red leaves. I'm going to run down the row and see what else we have going on, and I'll be right back. Oh, by the way, I'm going to pull the mulch off as I assess so that I can look at the ground. I found this. I'm going to put it back. All right, so I found that big honking earthworm, and I found a couple of other little caterpillar guys and stuff like that, and a few weeds and some flowers, which I'll bring to show you. All right, so I've been plucking the flowers all winter because it was winter and I want them to put their energy down into the ground. But if you have flowers like this, where it's already like brown and dying in the middle, and the wind just took the other one I had, oops, if they're looking like that in the center, then they're not going to make a strawberry for you anyway. So go ahead and pluck off all of the flowers that you find when you're waking up your bed. I do have a yarrow in here that's doing pretty well, and I'm going to leave it. I'll probably be dividing it soon. But for now, I'm just going to pull up the weeds and cut off the red leaves from the strawberries. And I'm going to get the old brassica skeletons out. Alrighty? Be right back. Alright, so that was part 1 of addressing what I found. I addressed the dead leaves and the weeds and the other little random bits. You might have noticed that the dead strawberry leaves, I just threw them back on. I was working from left to right, and so I just threw them to my left. That way they went back where I'd already clipped, and I didn't have to worry about whether I was grabbing a new one or not. The next thing I'm going to do is come back through with my cover crop, which I did in the fall, and then we got a surprise really hard freeze, and most of it didn't come up. There's a little bit of vetch. So I'm going to put that down again, and then I'll come back with some other things. And you can meet Riff Raff. This is Riff Raff. She's a cutie. She's a very asocial kitty, so we get along. All right, I'm going to grab that cover crop, and I'll be right back. So this is just that same Johnny's Fall Green Manure Mix that I've told you about before. They have great bulk prices on this kind of thing. I'm going to use kelp. This is my first year using kelp. So this is the one I get. And I'll put a link in the description for this video for where I got it. It's the same place I get my mycorrhizal fungi. Sorry, I forgot their name for a second. So kelp meal helps with root development, seed starting. It increases branches and flowers and fruits. It has over 70 vitamins and minerals in it, and it is a vegan option for supplements. I forget if this replaces blood meal or bone meal. but search engines know. It says 1/4 cup per square foot mixed into the top of the soil. I don't measure, so I'm just gonna put some in here. It smells like ocean. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, so it has potassium. Now, I did this before spring is really here so that the kelp, which needs 2 weeks, can start to break down so that the cover crop can start to grow before spring really hits. We want those things getting their nutrients available in the soil before the spring is actually fully here. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back through, and I have my watering can full with compost tea, mycorrhizal fungi, and I did add a little bit of kelp and a little bit of vermicompost to get it really kicked off, and probably smells horrible, but it's going to add a lot of quick nutrition and a lot of soil life to the ground here. So if you can see how much mulch is on there right now, that would be fine if we were like really actually ready to go straight into spring, but we are expecting another couple of frosts. So I'm going to put the mulch back on. In about a month or two, when the threat of frost has gone, I'm going to add some seeds to this garden for flowers, but I can't tell you which ones because it's a surprise for my roommate. And not only might she see this video, but she's also right over there. So I can't tell you what I'm putting in here, or she'd know. And I don't want her to know until they flower and pop up. So I'm going to put the mulch back on. That's the redress part. We assessed what was going on. We addressed the issues, the problems, and the needs. And now we're just going to redress it to keep it safe for the coming frosts. Strawberries can take some frost, but we've kept them this healthy this long. We don't want to risk it now. Hey, so if this is helpful to you, would you please go ahead and hit like and subscribe? That tells YouTube that people like you want to see videos like mine, and that helps me out a lot, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And if you just keep your beds maintained in the spring and in the fall with little maintenance during the summer and the winter, it's much easier than trying to just do everything like all at once a year. And that's all. That was pretty simple, right? You can use this same method for any of your garden beds. Just pull back your mulch, see what's going on, address the issues, address the needs, redress your garden. When spring is really here, I'm going to come through and pull off about 3/4 of this mulch, and then the plants will be ready to go. I did see that there's been a lot of little new plants started over the winter, and that's really encouraging and really exciting. So I will link right over here how to put your strawberries to bed in case you're watching this in a different part of the planet or in a different time of the year. That's it. That's all there is to it. Thanks so much for spending the day with me. Later, y'all.